today's show is the misconception of ancient spirituality. Now, I called Brother Bobby about it.
And also, we also put the word do this.
Yeah.
So when we retitle it, put Baphomet, the misconception of ancient spirituality.
You know what I put?
You
know what I put, Bobby? In the title I got the misconception of ancient spirituality, are symbols like Baphomet and Horus evil.
Okay, good. You got it. Because they came through and said, we need that. Yeah.
I already got it. All right, I got it. That's synchronicity. And one thing we got to, and the reason why I called Bobby y'all last week, I know all y'all heard about and seen the tapes, the white boys, the crazy crackers, they got tapes called Girls Gone Wild. We need to make a tape called Conspiracy Theorists Gone Wild. Because some of this shit I hear on the internet is just so insane. It's amazing. And I did a radio show with Brother Panic probably about 2 years ago, 2 years ago, called Spirituality versus Conspiracy. And we were just breaking down, you just got to go back in the archive. But the things I'm hearing now, like Bobby said, this is a whole new circuit right here. This isn't the Christian community that, that we was used to in the 90s or whatever, early 2000s. And when you putting this information out on the web about everything Egyptian is satanic worship, Horus is evil, Kanye West wore the Horus chain BT Award. The next day, all the bloggers, every website, Kanye West is a devil worshiper. And anytime anybody sees Baphomet, I know everybody knows who Baphomet is. You've seen it. Bobby's going to go into it. But anytime anybody comes by my table and see the Baphomet, if they're not on that real occultic level, oh man, brother, that's devil. That's evil. Oh man, Abraham Lincoln posed just like Baphomet. Oh man, so what I'm seeing is that the conspiracy has gone mainstream. Everybody sees that by now. Conspiracy theorists was once an underground phenomenon, just strictly underground. That's mainstream now. You could go, Alex Jones is everywhere on the internet. These white boys, all this conspiracy stuff is everywhere. But because it's mainstream, and one of the most famous documentaries in the underground, Zeitgeist, everybody loves Zeitgeist. But the one thing I always said about Zeitgeist is that in the beginning of Zeitgeist, the first thing they say is the Egyptian gods was pagan. The Egyptians were pagan. They didn't believe in spirituality and this and that. So there's a lot of confusion about our ancient spiritual systems, and we just worship nature, and we worship the tree, and we worship the dog, and this and that and that and this. So the perfect man to call when this happens is Bobby Hemmitt. So we're going to get Bobby to clear up the illness tonight. So the first question I want to ask Brother Bobby is about Baphomet. What is the science? Because this seems to baffle everybody. Everybody thinks this Baphomet deity, the symbol with the gold and this and that. What is the science behind Baphomet, Bobby? Okay. Why is it not evil?
Well, first of all, isn't it interesting that the Bible has no real imagery of what the devil is? You can't go in the Bible and see any imagery, or they don't have any scripture saying that the devil, you see what I'm saying, is this description, you see. And that's very interesting here. Now, the Baphomet is only a couple of 100 years old, or maybe somewhere. We don't even get the concept of the Baphomet until the Moors, and we're going to give you the documentation on that. So we're talking about the 8th century AD on up. Now, all your scriptures, even your latest scriptures, even Islam, which was one of the last ones to be formulated, was already in place before we even get the concept of the Baphomet. So how could that be the devil of the Bible? So I'm going ahead of myself. The inception of that is only the last 800 years. And it has absolutely positively nothing to do with the devil, because even in the concept of Satan, there is no description of Satan, you see what I'm saying, in either the Hebrew aspect of things, whether it's the Torah or whether it's the Talmud, whether it's the several books of the Bible, there is no concept of this at all. So what I want to do is in order for us to understand this, we need to get a general history. We have to take you back into history to clear up all this stuff on how just about anything but the Christians or the Judeo-Christian paradigm is evil. So they say, well, what is evil? Well, they say anything that didn't make it into the Christian canon. So we have to go into history. It's like one guy told me one time, well, it is known that the Buddhists worship Satan. I said, oh, boy. I said, that is magnificent. Can you explain to me how the Buddhists worship Satan? And the guy said, he went deaf and silent. I said, you don't even know what Buddhism is, do you? He said, no. I said, still, you are quoting something that somebody gave you. So most of the stuff that we call evil is more political than it is evil itself. I hate to bust your bubble, but the Satan that they're talking about that got everybody so scared doesn't exist. It never did, at least not on the level on what you think it is, or some man under the ground with a pitchfork. So in order for you to understand this, I must go into a brief history of how this whole thing started.